Welcome, everyone. This is a practice to stretch and wake up our feet. So, if you are lucky, your feet have not revolted against you yet. When I say yet, some of us, if you work and you're on your feet all day, or if you have to wear high heeled shoes or any type of heavy shoes, any type of footwear that's not necessarily very healthy for our feet, can take a toll on the feet. And maybe, like, if you've experienced this, you know what I'm talking about. Halfway through your day, as soon as your feet start to get uncomfortable, just the rest of the body is very close behind. So it's important to take care of our feet. So let's get to it. Let's come on into a tabletop pose and tuck your toes under. And we'll just hold this for a breath here. Just getting used to stretching, feeling that nice stretch on the bottom of the feet. And let's take our left heel to the back of the mat and tuck the toes under. And right away, you might feel that deep stretch. You might feel this more up to our calves. Let's curl the toes under. And what I like to do here is just take a little gentle rock back and forth so we can get real deep into the curling of the feet under and also that calf, which the two are connected. Everything, is connected there. If you wear high-heeled shoes all day, at some point you're going to feel some type of tightness in your calves. And it can actually be like dangerous to wear high heels. If you wear high heels, take note of this. Let's get some nice stretch there, and we'll do a couple more breaths here in this nice lengthening posture to release the tension from the feet and calves. And let's come back into our neutral table once again. And then let's do it to the other side. Let's take the left toes all the way to the back of the mat, tuck the toes under, and we'll send some energy back through the right heel. And we'll rock back and forth very gently. This again. And also take a note of this. This can be a thing, and it's pretty normal actually to have one side that's like way tighter than the other. It could be the left, could be the right, could be whatever behaviors we do repeatedly can sometimes result in having a tight side, if you will. Anyway, just take a note of that. No judgment. Just notice where you tend to hold the tightness or where you feel the pain first or whatever it is, if after a long day on your feet. Just being aware of where we're doing these things to ourselves can help us modify the behavior in the future or stretch it out at a later date like we're doing now. That's beautiful. All right, so let's come back to our neutral tabletop pose with the toes tucked under. And we're going to do this one. I like to do, it's the name of this pose I don't like. It's called broken toe pose. We're just going to call it stretching the feet, stretching the toes deeply pose. So let's take the toes exactly where they are and then start to walk the hands back, back, back. So we're coming into like a crouch with the knees on the ground, the feet on the ground. So if this is too much, like just stop where you feel it, where it's too much, and breathe into that area, breathe into that where it feels, if you feel pain, if you feel like hot, like string, any type of that, we've gone too far. So we want to feel a nice, healthy, beautiful stretch. Sometimes this can just be like feels so good where you're like, oh my gosh, I need to do this all the time. I've have feet issues and I've had several breaks to my feet over the years, and I do this every single day, no matter what. My feet absolutely give me all kinds of trouble. In fact, I just say that they've revolted against me. That's not really the case, but anyway, I do this every day no matter what. If I do nothing else, I stretch into my feet. All right, so we're holding this pose. If you can come to sitting up straight, that's great. If not, we'll keep the hands on the ground and work with wherever you are right now. We'll take a few breaths here. All right. And if that was enough of that for you, you can come right back into that neutral table or even take a toes tucked under child's pose if you are feeling this and want to stay here. If you want a challenge, and only if you want a challenge, if you don't have an active injury in your foot, if you feel like this feels good and you want more, let's try this. So we're going to rise up, keeping the toes tucked in. We'll rise up into like a crouch. So we're balancing on two tiptoes. And if it's challenging, let us keep our hands ready to catch you if you do a wobble, which you might do. And as long as we're ready and prepared and acting safely, we are fine. So keep your hands ready. If you feel like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful, it feels great on my feet, you can maybe bring your hands into prayer. And we'll keep our eyes fixated on something that's not moving so we can better work with our balance. And if this is feeling wonderful, you can stay right here If this is like exhilarating to you, it feels good, and you want extra challenge, we're going to take it to the next level if you would like to. Otherwise, stay right here, or you can stay on your toes tucked under child's pose for this part. All right, so we're going to shift the weight to the right foot. If you can use your hands if you need to catch your balance. If you don't need to, that's great too. Let's start to wiggle the left toes loose, and we'll get them into their freedom in the space in front of us, and we're going to start to extend through that left heel and flexing that right foot. We're going to extend that heel all the way into the space in front of us as we balance on the right tiptoes. It's challenging. If you've got your balance here, maybe take a couple of turns, rotations through the ankle. Maybe we can go right, to the left, roll out the ankle if this feels good. And then to come out, we very slowly, very carefully, maybe even use your hands for balance if you need to. We're going to bend, come out the way we came in. So replace the toes next to their right toes, and let's take it to the other side. If you did the left side, let's try the right side. So same thing. If you need to use your hands to catch your balance, please do. It's better than doing a face plant at this hour. Not that that would happen. All right, so let's get the toes wiggled out from underneath of us and into that freedom zone in front of us. We're going to start to just let them go, do their thing, straight out, flex the foot, reach into the space in front of you. It's challenging, but you can do it. Breathe deep, keep the eyes fixed on one point to focus, and maybe if you feel good here, you're comfy, you have your balance, we can start to reach that foot into the flexing and rolling the ankle out a few times. Me roll to the left, to the right. Good. All right, let's go ahead and come out of that, out the way you came in. So let's start to bend the knee and bring the toes in alongside the next toes. That is beautiful. Nice work. All right, let's do a little foot flow. So let's come on up to standing at the top of the mat. You can walk or hop however you need to get there. And let's come into our mountain pose. You can bring your hands in front of you into like prayer, or you can bring your hands to your waist if you feel better balance with your hands on your waist. Let's look straight ahead. And we'll just begin by lifting all 10 toes up off the mat. So just the toes, see if we can bring all the weight so, toes are lifted off the mat. You feel that all those muscles in the tops of your feet and the arches of the feet start to fire and engage. Good. If you're not used to doing this, it could maybe cause like a little bit of cramping in the feet. So just take it slow. If that happens, set the foot down and try to come back to it. Beautiful. All 10 toes off the mat. And then check this out. Let's go rocking back and forth a little bit on the sections of the feet. So if you're feeling pretty balanced and comfy, you can keep your hands to your heart. Or if you're needing some extra stability today, let's keep the hands to the waist. Whichever feels good for you. Let's lift the toes up. And let's go all the way up to see if you can balance for a moment on both heels. Yeah, it's difficult. And then so you feel that fire. All the muscles in the front of the leg there, all the front of the shins fire. And then let's go ahead and roll and stand up onto our tippy toes while holding your balance. Beautiful. Good. Let's do that a couple times. Rock from the front of the feet back to the back of the heels. Sending the weight into the heels. You can keep a slight bend in the knees here so we're not locking the knees out. So we're keeping our balance while doing this. And let's roll back to the front of the feet. Weight to the toes. Beautiful. And one more time onto the heels. Beautiful. One more time up onto the toes. Oh, it's difficult. And then go ahead and set the feet down. That's beautiful. Onto the toes. Doing that. All right. Let's do a little foot vinyasa to finish up our practice. So let's come to stand. Let's reach up. Inhale. And fold forward as you exhale. Let's inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Let's step back to your plank. Right away, pause and notice this beautiful opportunity we have in our plank pose to stretch through those feet once again. You can maybe take a shift forward, backward, just for a moment. Lengthen through the feet. And let's come on down. Either through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. And come to up dog or cobra, whichever one you like. Look up, lift the chin. And let's rise up and meet in downward dog. Let's pedal the feet out here. Beautiful. And let's hop to the front of the mat, walk or hop, take a few steps if you need to, or hop. And let's lower our bottoms and come on out to a seat. Let's take our feet all the way out front of us, stretching the legs. You can bounce your legs up and down. You get some nice blood flow through to the feet. And last little thing here, let's bend the left leg and kind of like hold it with your right hand. We can put the fingers in between the toes if that feels okay. If not, we can just kind of hold on to the toes and rock them back and forth. But let's start to circle the ankles. Let's go to the left and to the right, just getting that full range of motion in our ankle and our foot. And we can maybe take the toes and bend the back and bend them forward, just what feels comfortable, nothing extreme. Just get some movement there. That's great. Let's go ahead and release the left leg and both legs come out straight. Let's move on through to the right side. So we can take the left hand to hold our right foot, and you can, if it feels comfortable, you can get the fingers in between the toes to spread out the toes. That can feel really good sometimes if your feet have been cramped up in shoes all day. And if that feels good, we'll keep that. If not, you can just hold to the front of the foot and flex back and forth the toes. And as we're doing that, we can roll the ankle out again, like I said before. Let's do that a few times in each direction. Just getting some nice range of motion and nice blood flow to the foot here. Yeah, when you're ready, let's go ahead and release that foot in. We'll come into a comfy seat, whether that's crisscross or you can even keep your feet straight out in front of you if that just feels good for now. And we'll close up our practice here. Take good care of your feet. Have a great day. See you next time. Namaste.